this is our first series, and it's the series that we have called this is Don't Miss a Beat. And in this presentation, I'm going to be going over a scenario that's based in the construction industry, and we're going to be showing in this scenario how to turn new leads into new customers or new clients. So I'm going to get right into this. This presentation is about, I guess, going to be about 15 to 20 minutes, and it's going to run you through the customer life cycle in this scenario, and you're going to see how easy it is to turn those new leads into new customers faster. So I've put together a scenario that is fairly similar to what I find when construction companies come to Kickstart and they're looking to build out and automate their life cycle for their type of business. So this scenario here is a company that they've realized that they're missing out on potential projects. One, for not providing resources to potential leads, in a timely manner. And then after they have done a free consultation, is sending quotes out in a timely manner to these new potential contacts and jobs that they could close. And once they have closed these projects, another problem, this is in the second paragraph here, is they're finding it tough, especially if they're a small business, to chase their clients to make a payment to either get a job started or the job's finished and they're looking for payment. So this is kind of the scenario that we're looking at. The challenges that a lot of small businesses face when it comes to clients expecting timely follow-ups is emailing these project portfolios to potential clients within 2 hours. And how do you do that when you're out in the job site? You gotta you might have a smartphone, but we all know that today sending out an email and getting attachments sent out is not easy on a mobile phone. And you might do it later in the night, you might forget and do it the next day. So that's kind of one scenario. The second one is scheduling free consultations. So let's say we've sent these resources to this new prospect, but we now need to follow up with a goal to try and book a free consultation and learn more about this potential job. The third challenge is sending after this consultation is actually following up with a quote, and with this quote following up to see if they have any questions. And then when they do have questions, this interludes into number 4, is quickly addressing their questions. And there could be something about needing more photos, maybe it's a budget issue, maybe it's a timing issue, and being able to address those quickly and getting those sent back out to putting the ball into the client's court again. And number 5 is, okay, let's say you've won the project now. Now it's all about following up with the client, and we always hate to do it, is finding the strategy on how to collect payment from the client, maybe at the beginning or at the end of the project. So those are kind of the challenges. And so what we're going to be looking at is ways on how to address these challenges. But before I show you the answers, you have to see a diagram here, and every business is different. So this is a customer lifecycle diagram, and what you see is attract, sell, and wow. So there's 3 stages in the customer lifecycle. And so what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you, what's inside the attract, what's inside the sell, and what's inside the wow. And you're going to see that all 3 of them come together. And once you have these together and they're put in together correctly, it's kind of, the business is more sustainable. So I'll be kind of concluding on that at the end of this presentation. Again, I only got 15 minutes, so I'm going to keep it short. So the attract phase. So the attract phase is bringing in these new leads into the system. So what we're using here is called the Snap app by Infusionsoft. If you don't know what Infusionsoft is, it's sales and marketing automation software. And so with this app, I'm going to give you an example in this scenario, is that the general contractor is just came into the job site. He just drove by, saw that the roof that you've been doing is awesome, and he wants to get your information, and he wants to see some resources. So what you do here is you get his business card. If you don't have his business card, you can still manually enter it in using this app. But in this example, let's say you get his business card. So you take a photo of it, like you see in the app here. Once it's captured the information, it will actually capture the information on that business card in that photo. And the app will say, hey, how do you want to tag this new lead? So then we're going to tag that, he's interested in roofing. So once that has been, input by us, it will then, start a follow-up sequence to send out that information to that potential client. I'll show you how we're going to do that. So this is the attract phase. This is, the interest was the contractor came in and wanted to find more examples of your work and actually contact you. And the other part is, now bringing it in. I'm going to talk a little bit about that a little bit more, but overview on how this is all done, like the high level perspective of how the 3 stages come together, is we have the attract, we have the sell, and then we have the wow right over here. I'll be going into each stage in a little bit more detail right now. So we're going to start with the attract phase. So how the attract works is that what we did is we used that app, right? So once we put in that information and captured the information, we tagged that new lead, we tag them as a roofing lead. So that triggers this goal in the system, and it creates, puts this lead into this sequence right here. And that sequence, I'll open up in just a second, and they'll pop out of the sequence once they have booked a consultation. So the attract is, using the Snap app, bringing them in, and collecting the leads, and we've also have your website as well hooked in as well to come into these sequences as well. So we're actually using 2 different attract goals right here at the beginning. So when I click on, let's say, we have here general contracting. So let's say he was just more interested about your services. So when we double click on this sequence, what we get is we see, okay, wait 1 day. It could be wait 1 hour, but in this example, it's wait 1 day and then 8 o'clock, send our portfolio and let's book a time. Let's try and get him to book a consultation with us, okay? So if he has not booked a consultation time, 3 days later, we'll say, hey, you still want a quote? And if he hasn't met the goal yet, we'll wait another 4 days and we'll say, this is a joke, but hey, did aliens take you? Okay, so you're following up with them, to get that first goal met. And so that first goal is for them to get a consultation booked. If they book a consultation with you, they'll leave this sequence. If they book a consultation with you right here in this email, they'll leave this sequence and actually go into meet the next sequence because they met that goal. So that's fairly intuitive, fairly straightforward. So that's the attract phase. The sell phase is, now that we've now got a consultation booked, we have, the task to now actually meet with the new client and go to the job site. We then it creates a task that we have to send out a quote. So once this is a task goal here that we've completed, it will then kickstart this sequence to then send the quote and then have reminders, emails to the lead. Say, hey, have any questions? We're here to help. If you have any questions, please, notify us right away. So that's kind of the education. You could have more information about, about how stellar your services are. It could have more information about referrals from previous clients, and then you're trying to close the sale here. I'm trying to be fairly brief in this presentation, but this is the most important part, is to sell, give the offer, educate, to then try and move them to either the one needs more time or they're lost. And so in your sales pipeline, you never want to have a lead that says maybe. That just they get stuck there. You just got to move leads through the pipeline. Okay, that's just a little tip. So now we're into the wow. The wow, how we moved into the wow is that we've actually won the project, and they've moved up here. We have indicated in the system that the project has been won. It's then going to kickstart, emails and timed emails say, hey, we're looking to collect the 25%, retainer payment. The email also says, hey, we're excited to get started. We're looking to collect the 25%. And once you've collected that 25%, that goal's been made, then it sets, work tasks to send out emails to people on your team, and it creates tasks for you to follow in your day. Once the job is done, that goal has been met, we then send out emails to the client, say, hey, the job's been done. We're looking to, collect 75% of the payment. And once that's been done, you then click, that the payment's been made. So this is kind of almost like a project management tool and moving the project through it. So it creates tasks for your team, and it also sends emails to your client to say, keep them in the loop of what's needing to be done. And then the last part here is the referral part. So at the end of the job, what's important is to send them a survey. And the survey is, rate our experience from 1 to 10, what you thought of our service. And once they have completed that survey, it breaks it down into 3 steps here. So if they said, let's say 10 is awesome, once they didn't enjoy their experience at all, 1, they would be a detractor. They would be a customer that's a detractor, and they'll say, I didn't like this company. They didn't do a very good job. These are the people that you want to get on the phone with right away and try and figure out what the issue was and try and figure out right away. The neutral type of customers are people that wouldn't say anything about you, and you'll probably have to send out a few more emails, to try and wow them a little bit more, and maybe give them a call as well. See how we could have improved the process. Sorry, not the process, but their experience. Might have been they came late to the job site, for example, right? They did a good job, but they came late. So that's kind of the neutral. So it's something that you learned for new projects. And then the positive, the people that are the 8 to 10 are the people that really enjoyed having you guys work with them or work on the project. These are the people that you want to get referrals from. Referrals that write positive reviews about you, and these are the people that are also going to bring in new business to bring in new projects. So what we've done now is we've actually just went right through this scenario's customer lifecycle. So we've done the attract, we've given resolved their interest in knowing more about us. We've booked the meeting. We've then sent out the quote. We're following up. We're then putting it through the funnel. Are we going to win it, or is it a maybe? A maybe is is it a time issue, or if it's a budget issue, we got some emails set up here. Or if it's a lost. If it's a loss, we'll just send out an email, say, hey, thanks. We'll be in touch. And so you can have actually some dripped emails over time to stay in their hearts and mind. They might change their mind. There's something that someone told me at a convention this year is that I believe it was from Money magazine, was that 62% of customers do not buy when you first meet them. They'll buy later on. So it's all about finding the time when they're ready to buy. So this is how the system is set up. It's ready for the customers that are ready or not ready or in the maybe stage. So really, to get this, the resources checklist, some people say, hey, Kyle, okay, how do I get started? I want to get started on this. So what you need is to have your contact page connected to your Infusionsoft. So that was your website form connected to Infusionsoft. You need to have the email content inside these emails. You need to have the Snap mobile phone on your phone, of course, to bring in the new leads from this scenario. You need to have an Infusionsoft campaign built. You can either build that yourself, or have Kickstart help you, whatever you were looking to have done, and then also have sales opportunity training to have your team know how to move the leads through the pipeline. And then the other one is time trade. What we did here is in one of the stages here. In one of the stages here where they booked online, the actual consultation time is used through a third-party tool that connects to your online calendar, so it knows what times you're available and will book that time. So it will save you, people say they save about 6 hours a week, just saving time of not having to send emails back and forth to see what time works for them. They can actually book a time on the availability times that you're free. So again, that's it. Hopefully that we're at the 50-minute mark, and hopefully you found that interesting. On the right-hand side, on the blog or underneath, there'll be a resource package that if you're looking to get to more information about how to, what issues in your customer lifecycle is missing. This kind of worksheet will help address what needs to be done and what you can do. Or if you're just learning about what is a customer lifecycle and want to see how to build one yourself, just with this worksheet, you'll be able to brainstorm, how you can create your own customer lifecycle. So again, it's Kyle from Kickstart Automation, and I hope you found this insightful. And have a great day.